How are you now?
Howdy.
Hey friends, thanks for tuning back in. If you're new here, the guy with the beard is Travis. I'm Kevin, and together we make H&H Prospecting. Today we're out on one of RMPA's newest claims, Soldier Creek. It is a non-salmon essential habitat, so we're getting the dredge back out again. Yay! Hopefully we'll get on some nice shiny candy. We do have a half-a-mile trail to walk down, so pitter patter, let's get at her. Alrighty, so we've made it to the claim. Not too terrible, huh, Travis?
Going out's gonna be bad.
Going out's gonna be fun. It's all uphill from here. Pretty obvious that you're at the campsite. First time here ourselves. So we'll do a little exploring around, do a little panning, a little testing, and see, oh look at that, big, huge, beautiful gravel bar right outside of camp. Pitter patter. Can't get that shiny sitting on your hiney. So we're about 50, 60 maybe yards from where the camp, crossing the creek, came up the creek, and there's a very clear claim marker. So you know, if you're in the club, don't dig past here. It's also pretty obvious too, there's a big dredge hole right there. So anything past there is a no-go. But 40 acres, which is a half mile of creek that way, is go to play on. So we're gonna walk back down that way a little bit and see what else is there. Whoever owned these claims before did an amazing job with the trail maintenance, but I would not even try to drive a bad Jeep down that trail. I don't think it'd make it. I think that one's gonna be for feet and four-wheelers. So it kind of gives some advantages, being that you either have to walk in, cart your equipment in, or four-wheeler in. No, I don't think this claim's going to get worked as fast as the others. Honestly, looking at it, don't think anyone's done any work here since last season, except for maybe one test hole that we've seen so far. So quite a big camp up here though. You get your four-wheeler or your side-by-side in, but I would definitely would not even drive the baddest of bad Jeeps in here. So we're just following the quad trail from camp, going to the lower part of the claim, and noticed even on the trail and walking in, I want to show you guys some good signs. Something to always to look for is this float quartz. Big, shiny, oh okay, there we go. You can actually see where some float is coming down the hillside here. But that's a great sign, you know, gold usually moves with quartz, so that's one thing that we always look for. I'm looking right down this hillside. You see that color. That's all quartz float coming down that, so it's very possible that this right here is a feeder loaded with gold. Ooh, I see exposed bedrock. Starting to get pretty excited about this. Here we are at the end of June. Look how much water flow we still have here. Guys, this is exposed bedrock in the creek right here that doesn't look like it's been worked. And this is the most non-clean, virginish ground, if you will. That's bedrock, and it's got pebbles. Okay, yeah, the grooves I can actually see from here are running opposite of the creek. So as the water flows this way, your groove's this way, just like in your sluice box. The gold should trap there. I think we're going to set up and clean this channel. You can actually see quite an awesome waterfall coming down with all the big rocks, bedrocks, going down to this channel. So we'll get some of this overburden vegetation out of our way, get some of the big rocks thrown out, and hopefully find us some shiny down in there. in case you haven't seen the system before. Let's show you it, talk about it real quick while I finish getting everything set up. So, we just have a 2-inch trash pump from Harbor Freight here. Feeding your 2-inch trash pump. That's your intake line. It's got a nice screen on it. You want to make sure that that's nice and deep or it ain't going to suck dry. We have that reduced instantly to a 1-inch high pressure line going out there to our 2.5-inch dredge nozzle. Back up the line. And to our custom-made crash hopper box, however you want to call it. That 1/4-inch grate in there will help kind of break stuff up. I'll sit here and throw the big rocks out of the way. Actually, I think we're going to take that out. We're going to take that out. We don't need that. Boop. The grizzly bars will help break stuff up. As everything falls down there, it'll create a nice swirly vortex, cleaning all the rocks, shooting them down the A52 sluice. This is just an old siding mat, or sand mat, black sand mats, depending on what you want to call them, that we're using as a dampener mat. And that will go down what we have. Running Gold Hawks. Got the 3 talons and the 2 mother loads. Help catch big smalls, get everything nice and clean. Rocks are just sit on top of there to help hold everything in place. Bungees hold that down. Normally, you know, we got the leg stands on there, but we got a good enough spot in the bedrock here where it looks like we're not going to need legs. Sometimes you just get lucky like that. So, we'll get some of this stuff cleaned up out of our way, get her fired up, and get her going. Gonna have to yell over the motor here a little bit. I went to go grab a rock, because that one I got there is too big. This is just a reminder, guys, you know, it looks like someone's already done some crevicing here, awesome. I'm getting off topic, but just be really careful when you're moving rocks around, because these little guys right here, I'm not gonna hurt you, buddy, I just want to show you, show the folks. Those little scorpions will ruin your day, people, so be extra careful when you're digging around in these rocks. Make sure you're wearing gloves and just paying attention. Let's talk about why we decided to set up the dredge where we set it up and why we decided to start where we started. Right here you can see the creek obviously drops. Nice little waterfall, creating a high pressure system. Can't really see it from up here, but when you're down the creek, there's a channel that runs all the way to where Travis is, where the sluice box is. I'll walk down and show you, but where the sluice box is sitting is actually on the rise of the bedrock. So the bedrock rises, falls, and rises again. So somewhere in that channel there will be a belly that'll create a trap, and where the water crashes and the gold crashes at the end of the bedrock will also create a trap. So the goal is to clean that whole channel all the way up. Probably won't get it done today with our little one. And as you're doing that, as you're cleaning that channel, you want to look for those cracks that are running opposite of the creek. That is where the gold will get trapped. So you can kind of see now the rise in the bedrock right on the other side of Trav. And he's just going to start punching down, find the bottom of that, and then we'll work that hole out. We'll just start working our way up the creek until we get back to this big bedrock. The way we like to start is we both jump in there, throw a bunch of big rocks out. You can see we try to get them far away from the creek as possible. Get a bunch of big rocks out of our way, get material loosened up before we start sucking it up with our dredge. So that's about that's the plan of attack. Let's hope we find some shiny. I think it's absolutely amazing that an animal will come up and poop on a log. Like, that's some good aim. You actually get your poop on the log. Occasionally do as we're dredging is come out and get a pan from the tailings. What that'll tell us is a couple of things. It'll tell me if we're losing any gold out of the sluice, and it'll also tell me what kind of material Travis is dredging up. kind of give me a clue of what's down there. So kind of looking for some quartz or anything rusted or anything iron that'll give me indicators that Travis is in the right spot. So let's grab us a pan from down there real quick and go give her a quick spin. Alright, I moved down a little bit of ways into some calmer, clearer water. Give that a quick pan, see what's in there. Hopefully, nothing. Alright, so the good news is I didn't find any gold. And the also good news is I'm actually seeing quartz with rusty iron on it and a cool little false organ jade. So, good indicators. We'll stay. Just trying to hang out, have some lunch. Travis has got a friend that won't go away from his hat. Oh look, it's even let me pet it. You ever had a butterfly let you pet it before? Have you ever had butter on a... So right before lunch we noticed our high pressure line was a little loose. Travis just took the hose clamp off of there, pushed it back on there. Going to tighten that hose clamp back up. So we don't have a socket set or a screwdriver on us today, so what are we using to get that tightened? We'll pick crevicing tools, bush fix. Do what you gotta do, use what you have, get her done, figure it out, pitter and a patter. Well, got the cart spout loaded up, getting ready to head off. I actually ran through all of our gas today. Show you guys real quick just how much material Travis moved to that little dredge today. Quite impressive. We'd estimate roughly about a yard. Not bad for 4 hours or so. But man, did that pit open up real nice. Nice big channel all the way through there. As we were cleaning out the sluice box, did see some nice pieces. 3, I would say, much bigger than micros, almost pickers in the siding mats. And usually we see micros in the siding mats and then bigger gold as we go down. So hopefully that remains true. We'll know once we get home. But for now, I got to get these carts back up that half-mile track. It's going to be fun. Pitter patter. Oh, look at all the butterflies. Oh, hi guys. Oh, jeez. Excuse me, still trying to catch my breath. Whew! That was one brutal half-mile of a climb. Took the better part of an hour and 15 minutes for us to get back up the hill. And I say us, not just me, Travis too. Everything's back in the trucks. Let's get home. Let's see what we found. Alrighty. Next morning back on the homestead. It was way too hot yesterday. After we got back, we decided just to sit in front of the AC. Got the little cleanup sluice set up. See what we end up with from Soldier Creek. Well guys, I actually have to catch a flight here soon, so we're not going to go through and completely clean this out, but there are definitely some nicer, bigger flakes all the way through. The clean out sluice here, I'm seeing even more of them now that Travis is going down and getting the magnets out, and there's even a couple really wiry pieces. If I can get out of the, see if that'll pick that up, which tells us that there's gold close to a source there that came right out of the quartz. So not a whole bunch of gold, so maybe like right at the start of that pressure zone there's a belly in that channel before we were digging. So I think we should load up the quad and go back and try at least one more time, don't you think, Travis?
Yeah.
All right. What do you think, Star-Lord? No gold down here? Good, I don't want no gold down there. Alright, before we say our goodbyes, I kind of wanted to brag and show something off. Right behind me is H&H's new workshop that Travis and I are building. Pretty excited about it. Yeah, we built it ourselves. We cut the trees, we dug the holes, we put it in. We do other stuff too. Yeah, so that's going to wrap it up for us today, guys. Soldier Creek has a lot of potential. It's really awesome. After we talked about it a little bit, what we've kind of gathered is it seems like there's actually source gold there. That creek is cutting right through the bedrock. So even if that even if that claim was worked back in the 30s and 40s and the potential claim owner worked over it, 5-10 years ago, there's new gold coming up. That's what that super shiny, wiry stuff shows us. Yep. So again, big thanks to Danny and Kirby with the RMPA. If you guys want to join the club and come out mining with us, or other club members as well, there's a description or link in the description below. As always, we want to say thanks to Armadillo Mining, Sam. If you guys need anything, hit them up. I think that's going to do it for us today. If you guys haven't already, follow us on Facebook, follow us on Instagram. Don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe, and as always, get that shiny.